Hey everyone, welcome back to another video by Hey Dad RC. And in this video I'm going to be doing a quick comparison between the Traxxas Skully and the ECX axe. I've had guys in some of my other videos say, probably a good idea to do a comparison between the two. And I totally agree, so I'm finally getting around to doing it. And first things first, the Traxxas Skully comes in at $200. It's minus the AA batteries for your transmitter. It's completely ready to run. Traxxas gives you a DC charger, and I think it was a 3000 milliamp hour 7-cell nickel metal hydride pack. Again, that's for $200. With the axe, it's $159, but in addition to the AA's for the radio, you also need to get a battery and a charger for the truck as well, so keep that in mind. I've had the Skully now for just about a year, I think just under a year. I've run it a lot, and the axe I picked up late winter time. I've got a small handful of runs on it. Let me just say right off the bat, I really like both trucks quite a bit. I love monster trucks, and I really love two-wheel drive monster trucks. Me personally, I like how they handle, I like how they ride. But with both trucks, I'll talk about the radios quick. They both perform as they should. No interference. They do a good job with Traxxas. You get the top qualifier. Not a lot of adjustability whatsoever other than the steering trim. Like I said though, it performs well. With the axe, you get a Spectrum STX2 radio. And one thing I like about this is there's a lot of adjustability on there. And it has a throttle limiter switch right on here, which allows you to run at 50% throttle, 75 or 100. So if you're starting out in this hobby or you're giving this to your kid, you can control on here, how much speed they're going to get out of that truck. And I really like it when companies do that. Onto the trucks themselves, there's a lot of similarities with both of them, mainly the power plant and the drivetrain. Both are two-wheel drive trucks. Both of them come with 12-turn, 550 sized brushed motors. Like I said with the Skully, I've run this thing a lot. If you've seen my other videos, I've beaten on it pretty good. And like I've said in a lot of my other videos, I'm not a fanboy of any one company. I like what I like. I own a bunch of different brands. The Skully, I have not had any issues with this truck whatsoever. I haven't broken anything. It's a sharp looking truck. Say what you want about Traxxas, but with this truck here, you can get the Skully in blue as well, but I love the color accenting that they do. With the springs, with the front and rear bumpers, with these parts down here, all in that same color green. It's a sharp looking truck. And for all the abuse that I've put this thing through, the body has held up well. I mean, I've got scratches and stuff, but I've got no cracks, and a lot of times with Stampedes with a regular truck body, you have a lot of issues with the holes getting cracked and broken out quite a bit. But that was one of the reasons when I picked this truck up, one of the main reasons that I bought this particular model, because I like the Power Wagon style body, but I also thought because of the way that it came down here in the back that it might help protect my body just a little bit more. Alright, checking out the axe. I gotta say, ECX knocked it out of the park with this body. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. It's, I really thought running this thing that maybe I would end up busting these ladders off, and I still might end up doing it, but I haven't done it yet. It's held up pretty well. This thing has the applicable scratches as well. One thing I have noticed in this body, and I think it was RC Driver Online when they were running theirs, we're running into the same issues. While the body's been strong, I've got the paint starting to come off at various spots in the body here, and a little bit here in the back, a little bit here. It's like you can almost tell, you probably can't see it on the video, but looking at this body, you can see the color, the red and the black kind of coming out. So I think if you were to pick this up and you really wanted to try to preserve the paint job on this body, I would definitely coat the inside with some more white, maybe back it with some silver. Just try and give it some more protection, because again, I don't know if it's going to show up in the video, but it's already coming through clear in certain spots. That's unfortunate, but again, a gorgeous body. Onto the tires and wheels. Both trucks feature the chevron type tread pattern, typical monster truck patterns. Neither truck has foam in the tires. The ECX tires look slightly bigger. What I've noticed so far in driving both trucks, the tires on the Traxxas are definitely softer. ECX quite a bit more rigid. Therefore, the Skully actually handles a bit better, at least in my opinion. That's something else I was going to talk about quick. Battery fitment. I can fit my 2S packs in here, my hard case packs, without a problem. One thing I was never crazy about with ECX, and maybe it's just me, but I've never been crazy about their battery retainers here. Once I get the battery in here and I try and clip this back down, these clips seem simple enough, but I cannot get this thing to hold down a hard case 2S LiPo. One good thing ECX did though, they left slots underneath the chassis on both sides, allowing you to use a battery strap if that's what you want to do, and that's what I do when I drive this thing with one of my hard case LiPos. I just take this off and I run the battery strap. Everything has been fine. Other than that, performance wise, speed wise, both trucks seem to be just about the same. And now that I got that speed meter, I think I'll have to do a speed run with both of these to see how close they both are. One thing I've noticed with the Axe that I also noticed when I had a two-wheel drive brushless Ruckus back in the day, the braking power on these isn't nowhere near as strong as it is on the Traxxas. Depending on how close quarters you're driving, you kind of have to anticipate your stops a little bit more with the Axe. The only other couple of things here is the transmission in the Traxxas Skully. Metal gears, it is ready for brushless power should you decide to put the power back there for it. The transmission's ready for it. On the Axe, they are plastic gears in the transmission. You can pick up metal upgrades for the tranny, and I think they're right around 30 bucks. I don't plan on putting a brushless system in either one of these. I think for these trucks, two-wheel drive, I personally feel for my preference that the 12-turn brush motors is perfect. I don't plan on changing either one of these out at all. Wrap this one up on the Skully. Like I said, I've really beaten the heck out of that thing pretty good for just about a year, and knock on wood, I haven't broken anything yet. I figured by now I would have needed some caster blocks or some axle carriers or something. Not yet. So knock on wood, that keeps happening, that I don't break anything. With the Axe, it was my second or third run out. If you catch one of my videos, I caught it on there on a particularly hard landing on the front. I did snap one of the A-arms on this truck. It was a pretty good lick. I think the jump I took it off maybe close to 3 feet tall, and I came down on the front and snapped the A-arm. I did get the RPM A-arms on here, and I don't think I've run that since I put those on there. But so I have broken something with far less runs with the Axe. I haven't broken anything with the Skully. So guys, in closing, I love both of these trucks. If you're looking to get one of these performance-wise, there's really not a whole lot of difference, in my opinion, between the two. Like I said, the Skully, the tranny on that truck is ready for brushless power. I'm sure with the Axe you can put like a 4300 kV brushless system in here, and you might get away with it running 2S LiPo power as far as the transmission goes. You might get away with that for quite a while. I know back years ago when I had my two-wheel drive Arma Granite that the transmission was plastic gears. People said, don't go brushless, you're going to mess your transmission up. And when I finally sold that truck, it still ran like a top. I didn't have any issues with the transmission. So, I know Chris over at CCXRC, when he got the Brutus, his very first run, he shredded the plastic gears in his tranny. He came down particularly hard on throttle, I believe. But, those kinds of things happen. Some people, might mess their trannies up right away with brushless. Other guys might have a good long life with brushless under the hood of this Axe. But for me, I love them both. Tires a little bit softer on the Skully than they are the ECX, but in my opinion, guys, you can't go wrong with either one of these. Like I said, $159, keeping in mind on the X, you have to pick up a battery and charger if you don't have it. The Skully, for 200 bucks, they give you a DC charger and the 7-cell nickel metal hydride pack. But both trucks have been extremely fun. I don't plan on getting rid of these. I love my monster trucks. And I think that's about going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully I've hit all the points and concerns that maybe you have. And if I didn't, please drop them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you with as much knowledge as I have, which isn't that much. But you haven't seen the last of these two trucks. Coming up next month, these two trucks, amongst several others, are going to be featured in some sort of Hey Dad Monster Jam event out in the backyard. I'm kind of working things through my mind right now on what trucks are going to compete and what I'm actually going to do. But I'm going to try and have a whole lot of fun with it, and hopefully that's something you guys will enjoy. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I appreciate, as always, everybody taking a little bit of time out of their day to watch my videos. I think that's super cool. And please like, comment, and if this is your first trip to my channel and you enjoyed what you saw here, please do subscribe. I try and keep things fun and entertaining and somewhat informative. Till next time, guys, take care. Have a great day.